As the years progress, innovations are essential to keep the game from getting outdated, but in League's case, renovations are much more needed than innovations. For me personally, a full-on visual and gameplay update or rework is way more exciting than a new champion, but it's sad to see how the number of reworks have significantly dropped since 2017, where we only got one rework per year since 2021, but none in 2023, even though there is a long list of champions waiting for a rework. Meanwhile, in the same time period, the number of newly released champions have grown, and in my opinion, it should have been the other way around. And with such fast-paced production of new characters, originality has left the chat. Some abilities are shamelessly getting recycled between recently released champions, and in some cases it seems like they didn't even try to hide the fact that they are straight up copy-pasting a whole champion. To me, it feels like there's a huge dissidence of some sort in the design team, so they just end up using two similar ideas and make them both into champions. Now I can understand that it's hard to create a new distinct design in such a large game, but I feel like they could do better than this. Also, there is the issue that with each newly released champion, the gap between old and new ones just becomes larger, forcing them to receive changes to their kit to keep them in the meta. But this discussion would be too long and it rather deserves its own video, so let's just talk about the main issue. Why create a new AP-AD hybrid mid-range semi-mobile late-game scaling caster AD carry champion when there is already one in desperate need of a rework? Corki's kit and design are both very outdated and hold traces of the early style of creating champions. His core gameplay revolves around poking with his abilities, and when the time is right, he can dive in and strike with insane DPS and hybrid damage. But if we look beyond the gameplay and look at him as a champion, he could be best described as a little guy who can take flight, uses serious firepower, and can barrage you with bullets. Sounds very similar to another recently released champion, and that is because Smolder should have been Corki rework. I challenge a League modder to swap Smolder's character model with Corki's and see how authentic his gameplay would feel. He has everything that Corki needs: a spammable Q as his primary ability, a long-range poking spell, flying above terrain while barraging bullets, and a large AoE carpet bombing ability. It feels like such a miss. For me, it just proves that Riot's process of keeping the game up to date is just not extensive enough, and certain champions just fall through the cracks while others thrive. And it hurts to see, as I have a needlessly enthusiastic passion for this game and its champions. Let me know what you think.